Police are investigating after a body was found in the Llano River. Llano police say somebody fishing below the dam near Roy B. Inks Bridge found the man, who police believe is between 40 and 50 years old. Police say an autopsy was ordered to help identify the man and determine his cause of death. The investigation is ongoing. The Travis County Sheriff's Office provided an update today on its recovery efforts following the 4th of July weekend flooding. The Sheriff's Office says it has now recovered a total of 10 people who died. 9 of them have been positively identified. The Sheriff's Office says last Wednesday, the body of one man was found under the Big Sandy Bridge. Investigators are working to figure out whether he is the final person on the county's missing list. We're learning more from Austin public health officials after they found traces of measles in Austin-Travis County wastewater. Health leaders say there are no positive tests or even pending tests that could help pinpoint where it came from. And they add the water samples don't indicate how many people could have the virus. APH's medical director says traces could have come from someone traveling through Austin or someone who didn't seek medical attention when they were sick.
To us, it's significant because it tells us that we're not out of the woods as far as it comes to measles.
So public health officials advise you be up to date on your MMR vaccine. By the way, there have only been 2 cases of the measles in Travis County so far this year. More people can now get money from the federal government to help them pay for workforce training courses. The expansion of Pell grants came as part of the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. Our Llano Washington shows us how it'll impact our area.
Students have been getting technician, plumbing, electrical, and manufacturing training at the Skill Point Alliance in Austin for more than 30 years.
We're looking for the key features.
But for the first time, getting more people on track to become certified might be a little easier.
As many of our students come from poverty, they are looking for an opportunity to get out of the situation that they're in.
There will now be extra financial help for workforce training like this. Eligible people can apply for Pell grants, the largest federal aid grant program, which was before now reserved solely for undergraduate students.
But we can.
And it's expected to make a big impact on the Austin area job force.
There's about 10,000 workers needed per year, every single year, and we're only filling about 6,000 of those jobs collectively.
The Pell grant expansion is something the Austin Community College is trying to spread the word about, while also reassuring its Pell grant students that they will not be losing their financial aid.
There were no changes to the Pell grant in terms of enrollment intensity, and I know a lot of our students had been worried about that.
In the meantime, workforce programs that are 8 to 14 weeks are expected to see enrollment spikes, according to Skill Point's CEO.
Creating generational wealth is what we really are targeting to help our students to really make an impact.
Llano Washington, KXAN News.
And people can apply for Pell grants through the free federal aid student application online. Now, the Big Beautiful Bill does change other things related to higher education finances. According to a student advocate who helps students navigate scholarships, graduate and professional students will no longer be able to take out what are called Grad Plus loans. Also, loans for parents will be capped at $20,000 per child, and borrower payment plans will also be impacted.
You'll only be able to choose between the standard repayment plan and the new repayment assistance plan referred to as RAP. It's a lot of information. Future borrowers and current borrowers really need to read up and understand.
And most of these changes don't go into effect until July of next year.
The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country says it has now raised more than $60 million for Central Texas flood relief. The charity says some of those donations have been dispersed as grants to 35 other nonprofit groups working to provide disaster relief. The Community Foundation CEO said the nonprofit has been, quote, astounded by the outpouring of generosity and love that's coming from all over the country.
In the past 3 weeks, we've seen an outpouring of generosity, of online donations, cash donations, and checks, of course. But we've also been sent stuffed animals, cards made by children, scripture, pieces of art, drawings, poetry, long handwritten letters from people all over the country who are grieving with our community right now and are in solidarity with us.
The Community Foundation is now in its second round of grants. It says it will issue more than $4 million across areas most in need. It also said it will form a community advisory council to advise its future funding decisions.
Tonight, we know tens of millions of dollars have been raised to support flood relief efforts in Kerr County. The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country has received $60 million. As we know, there's also been a lot of boots on the ground fundraising, supply collections and distributions, and GoFundMe pages. Well, tonight, KXAN's Brianna Hollis introduces us to a man who's behind the scenes helping the volunteers on the front lines.
Kind of a Mexican play on crispy tacos today for lunch.
What are you doing out here?
I am cooking for the heroes, is what I'm doing. I made a commitment to this community that I'm not going to leave until they say that they don't need me.
At the Center Point Volunteer Fire Department, tent after tent lines the gravel parking lot. It's the meeting point for volunteers, everything from search and recovery to clearing and cleanup. And Arturo Ramon has volunteered his culinary skills to help fuel these folks with daily hot meals.
They're shoveling mud out of that building. I said, y'all need any food? Anybody help you? They said, no. I said, well, I'm here. And I've been here ever since. First night I slept in my truck. I made some good friends. Now I'm staying at one of the police officers' house. I'm from Wimberley. I own the Llano River Meat Company. We specialize in open fire cooking, barbecue, whole animal cooks, you know. It's a little challenging. We don't have access to water out here, electricity, but we're making the best of it. Tonight we're doing a tri-tip with chimichurri and potato salad and some potatoes and bacon.
Committed to cooking up for a community he now calls his own.
I've got my Center Point hat the principal gave me and a shirt. I just feel a part of this community. Shoot, I'm staying at one of their houses, you know, that everybody here is doing it for the same reason. They want to help, you know, and that's Texas, right?
In Kerr County, Brianna Hollis, KXAN News.
Well, it's been over 2 weeks since floods swept through our region and destroyed countless homes. And in Burnet, many are eager to start making repairs so they can go back to life as normal. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Marin. Jennifer has the day off. The city of Burnet says more needs to be done before people can begin taking those steps. Our Sam Stark explains why and speaks with a woman who just wants to move back into her home.
A muddy, mucky mess.
Jennifer Nicholson gave me a tour of what is left of her Burnet home.
Water came up probably about 2 feet in this room. The front rooms got it less damage than the back rooms did. Most everything in here was all trashed.
Just after 5 a.m. on July 5th, Nicholson said she woke up to her dogs crying. She said she went to open the door, thinking she would show them it was only the rain.
And instead I showed him an ocean with currents and waves and promptly shut the door.
The creek behind Nicholson's home rose so high that it swept away her neighbor's house, now sitting around 100 feet from where it once sat. Nicholson climbed into a ceiling space with her pups to escape the floodwaters.
And we stayed up there 40 minutes before we came down.
While most would be terrified, she wasn't, but she's ready to move forward.
They say I thrive in chaos, so I am very much a get-it-done person, which is part of the reason why I can't handle this.
Jennifer is desperate to start making repairs so she can get back in her home. But she said before she can start making those repairs, she has to get permission from the city.
In a statement, the city of Burnet said the July 5th floods were the worst the city has ever recorded. It said that while helping people return to their homes is its top priority, homes that sustained substantial damage in a flood must be rebuilt to be FEMA compliant. While the city said it waived permitting fees, a consultant must assess what must be incorporated before construction can begin. Burnet said, quote, "While we know the process is frustrating, it is essential to protect both current and future residents. Until that happens, Nicholson said she and her neighbors are restlessly waiting to rebuild.
It feels like forever, and I keep telling everybody idle hands do not suit me. I have to do something.
In Burnet, Sam Stark, KXAN News.
And in its statement, the city of Burnet said the city council approved hiring an outside consultant to conduct those FEMA estimations. Additionally, it said in the last 2 weeks, it's authorized several assistance programs related to the floods for city departments and for affected families. We started looking into this story when Nicholson sent us an email via Report It. can scan the code right there on your screen if you have something you would like us to look into, or just find the big blue reported button on the homepage of KXAN.com.